What is up, my fellow Nevadans? Today I want to talk to you guys about voting, early voting here in Nevada, Clark County, Boulder City, Henderson. So the dates are October 17th to October 30th, 2020 for early voting happening here in Nevada. I highly recommend doing the early voting because it's going to be crazy out there. We're probably going to have a lot of first-time voters. It's going to be packed. I highly recommend people vote in person. Definitely vote in person. It's the most trustworthy system that we have created to this day. This is the first time Nevada has done mass mail-in voting, and I do not trust the system. If you trust the DMV and how fast and efficient they are now, which is horrific, then I wouldn't trust them with my mail-in voting. So the way it works out, I went today to Boulder City. Boulder City Hall, I think is where we went today. Give me a sec here. So I went to Boulder City Hall, which is in 401 California Avenue. And I'm going to give you guys a brief so you guys can see, hopefully look and see what this is here. Look at some of these addresses. Let's pause the video and check these out. These are particular dates and addresses here in the Valley. You guys can see there and check them out. So those are temporary spots. This is where we went to today. Temporary early voting location, one in Boulder City. It was pretty quick, took 20 minutes. It was fast, it was convenient, everyone was nice. The way it works out, again, if you don't have to bring in your mail-in ballot, you don't have to bring in any signed documentation, just your driver's license. And as you walk in there, they'll have a location where you'll say, I choose to not use my mail-in ballot. And it'll say, I don't have it with me and I choose not to use it. I choose to vote in person, and you'll choose a selection there. And then after that, you'll move into the selection of voting. Now, certain things to keep in mind, certain verbiages. I am a conservative. I am a Trump supporter. I voted for Trump. And there are some interesting questions they did have on there. One of the questions being in regards to making it illegible, and the verbiage was very tricky, saying making it illegible for all those who are qualified to vote in Nevada. And qualified is very loosely said, and you would assume that there's already everyone that's qualified to vote is already qualified, meaning a legal citizen of the United States of America. And the verbiage is tricky because it could be used loosely, as in the qualifications that we have created, i.e., illegal aliens being able to vote in our country, which is unacceptable. We cannot have that, So I voted absolutely not for that. The other stuff that we saw was some LGBTQ stuff in regards to male or female being the normality for considered a marriage in Nevada, and removing that definition into something more loosely defined, like all marriages are considered marriage, i.e. male to male, female to female in the state of Nevada. And also making it to where you can deny service for religious reasons to someone that's gay that wants to, get a cake. They want to take away that right from you in your religious. So our religious liberties are being taken away, which is very shocking. I never thought I'd see this to this day. Other stuff that I saw were renewable energies. That was another amendment they wanted to say yes or no to. Honestly, people, just look at California. Look at the harsh regulation they have on telling people what the temperatures can be at, the gas prices of California, the fires of California. Listen, the government does a horrible job at regulating a lot of things in our country. More regulations is not the answer. For those of you that think renewable energy is the answer. Just look at California and how expensive it is to even build anything and to even own anything there. The taxation is absolutely horrific as well up there. And one of the reasons is because of this whole Green New Deal, renewable energy nonsense that's hinders and causes more taxation of the people, more governmental control. And I honestly think that this is not going to benefit Nevada at all. Again, all you have to do is look at California. The notion that climate change is something that's making a drastic changes on our planet has been debunked multiple times. All right, this whole cult movement to say that, oh yeah, that the California by 2050 is going to be its own island. Listen, 100 years ago they said California was going to be its own island. They said Hawaii was going to be flooded and underwater. They said that Louisiana, Florida, the Caribbean islands were going to be underwater, and none of that's ever happened. Okay, none of that's ever happened. If you're not a believer of God, then you will conclude that anything is real that the government tells you. Okay, all this stuff has been debunked. There is no scientific evidence to support this claim, and for those of you that think that electric vehicles is the solution, the future of this country, look at the science of how bad it is and how much CO2 is emitted by those lithium batteries that are created by Tesla, for example. The amount of concentration that takes to create those batteries at the plant itself emits so much more CO2 in a short amount of time that they did a calculation that about 150 to 200K lifespan of a normal car would emit about the same emissions of CO2. So there isn't that much of a drastic difference, okay? Because creating the battery is just as bad as just having a generic vehicle that we have today. So other things that they were trying to push on there meant something in regards to the power of the governor and limitations to, having the agreement of the governor on certain legislations and certain things that are being passed in the Senate and the House, which I think the governor should always have a say, right? What's the purpose of having a governor if they can't have a say in certain things? And they wanted to take away the governor's rights of certain things, or, and that was kind of confusing. But those were the big things that I saw for voting yes or no as far as amendments they're trying to pass here in the local Nevada area. You can do whatever you please. I'm just giving you my opinion commentary. I'm going to give you guys some more addresses. So again, remember guys, October 17th through the 30th is early vote in person that you can do early, okay? You don't need a mail-in ballot. I recommend not using a mail-in ballot. Highly recommend not using a mail-in ballot, and I highly recommend going to these locations. Physical address is preferable. I know some people are doing event tents. I don't think that's as reliable as an actual federal building like I went to today. So here's some more addresses that you guys can see. You can go ahead and just pause the video, check out what we got here, scroll down, some more addresses for you guys, and just look through them. All of these here again are long-term early voting ballot locations. Here's some more here that you guys can see. There you go. Hope you guys can see that there. Yep. Some of those have the addresses, particular dates. So yeah, I just showed you guys both sides there. And then, here's another side here for other temporary early vote short-term locations. Let's check that out. There you go. I hope that comes in clear. Okay, and then the other part that I saw here is just if you want to vote November 3rd, I honestly don't recommend doing that. We can all get this done within this short timeline versus waiting the 3rd. There's a lot of locations here for November 3rd. If someone's interested in those locations and want to wait until November 3rd, I understand. You want to do, I'm not sure why. But if you do, just comment below. Let me know if you want those. I can just honestly email you a screenshot of these locations and documentations. I got this mailed to me. I'm sure some people got it mailed to you, but if you didn't get it mailed, this is why I'm making this video, to inform the people. And make it clear to where you can vote at, because I've noticed that they're not very transparent here in Las Vegas for certain things, and that's very concerning, right? The people need to be informed, they need to be clear, it needs to be concise, it needs to be very straightforward, all right? There's a lot of stuff here that I had to really do research on myself that were not very transparent, and I was like, why can't they just be very blunt and direct about it? But, it is what it is. That's how the government is. They're not very good at what they do. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Enjoy the video. Comment below if you guys want to make any more videos. I highly recommend everyone brings their phone